Addy soldiers. I literally cut my bangs about 5 minutes before I started filming this, so hope they look okay. That's how we do things here in Surrey. There is nothing more exciting than getting a package in the mail, and I have gotten multiple packages over the last couple days that are all filled with my favorite things. So like, Rachel, like, I thought that you said that this channel is gonna have like modeling stuff on it, and the last like 6 weeks have been all book things. Yeah. Like, yeah. I know, I'm sorry for those of you that are looking for the modeling stuff. Next week and the week after, and probably the week after that, are gonna be all model related videos because Vancouver Fashion Week is coming up. If you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, then you'll be seeing probably a lot of behind the scenes photos. I can't put this video off any longer. I've already put it off for 2 weeks, so I figured I'm gonna finally start filming this right now. So the website I ordered all these books off of is called Thriftbooks.com. I'll leave probably a link in the description. Thriftbooks carries old books, new books, books in between, for anywhere from $2 to about, I'd say the most expensive I saw was about $17, and that's for like the newest ones that are still hard copy and all these things. They're not sponsoring today. This was just something that I thought I would share for my fellow book nerds or anybody else. They also do textbooks. Nudge nudge college students. This video is going to be a haul and also a review of Thrift Books themselves because I got a couple things to say, when do I not, about quality and delivery time and all this stuff, so you can know yourself if you'd like to order off of this website. First thing I have to say is that I loved the delivery time. Took about 2 weeks. I ordered all of these on the very 1st of February, so I would know how to track it. I got my first package on the 15th, then again I don't know how long it was in my mailbox for, and then I got a package on the 17th and then on the 18th, and that was some books just like kind of tumbling in. I ordered an array of qualities, acceptable, good, very good, awesome, so I do have a bit of a grasp on all of these different quality levels. Sometimes if a book is really popular, they will have different versions of it, so you can see, oh, here's an acceptable version, here's one that's an old library book, here's one that's in good condition, so you can select. Usually, you know, they're different prices, obviously. Again, anywhere from like $2 to $6, they're not that expensive. The things that I did not like about this is that a lot of them, the library books, that is, and I got a couple of old library books. I know why they would get rid of them, maybe it wasn't being read enough or something. Some of them, they have stickers and tags and like the plastic coatings, and those are really hard to get off. I actually took a couple of videos when I was de-stickering them, so I'm gonna insert those right now. I'm being so careful. I don't want this to rip. I've gotten the majority of the flap off. Oh god. Okay. Really carefully. Pull it off with one hand. Okay, really carefully. Okay, good. Alright. Oh god. Yay! Thank god! Oh, and now it's stuck to the rest of the book. Is this middle grade? Should I buy middle grade? So many freaking library tags! Tag, why you do this? So as you can see, I had a little bit of trouble with some of them. Some of them were completely fine, so why don't I just stop talking and start showing you what I have. Numero uno. I'm gonna start with this one because this is the first one that I finished reading, and that is Valiant by Holly Black. She does dark fairy tale stuff, so I have her first books, which is Tith and Ironside, but Valiant is their companion novel, and it was so good I can't find it anywhere, so I ordered it on here. The quality I got this one was, sorry, I'm looking at my laptop, was like new. And oh my gosh, yes it is like new. There is no wear and tear on the sides, all the pages are good, there's nothing gross on the inside. It's the best sound in the world. The next like new book that I got was Strands of Bronze and Gold by Jane Nickerson, a Bluebeard inspired novel. With the Tale of Bluebeard, if you don't know, is a Grimm's fairy tale where he told his wife never to look in the locked closet, and one day she did, and she found all the bodies of all his other previous dead wives, and her body ends up joining them. And so it was a really creepy, like, awesome, oh yes, I finished reading this one as well, if you can't tell. And it takes place in 1855 in Mississippi. So that was kind of a cool touch. As you can see, this is in also fantastic condition. There's not a rip or tear on it. It's nice. The cover is fine. There's nothing wrong with the pages. One of the other ones that I have finished reading already is called The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnett. Main character is a nightmare who has, you know, feed on people's dreams. She goes to a school where there's other, like, odd, I don't even know, supernatural creatures, I suppose, and she ends up crashing the dream of a classmate of hers who ends up dreaming of murder. With the help of this other guy who is dreaming, figure out what's going on, and it's magical, and it was really good. This was in good condition. This had a plastic library cover over it, but it came off pretty easily actually, and there's no, that's the only thing though, because like it got a little bit sticky. So the inside is like a slight, I don't know if you can see it, slightly ripped, but I mean, like, it's inside cover, no one cares. A little bit of a misnomer as well. Croak by Gina D'Amico. D'Amico? I don't know if I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Out of my face! It's all about Grim Reapers, and anything has to do with Grim Reapers and grim and death and all that I am very into. That sounded a little bit... Anyway, thought it looked really, really cool. This is also a library book, as you can tell. And it's actually in pretty good condition. I'd probably say this was like just good though, because it said it was like really, really good. I had to take the plastic off, and it's really gross and sticky. And every time, again, I put a book on it, it sticks, and I have to really carefully peel it off, and I'm so worried. So again, have to take it off. But this is, there's a girl who gets sent because she's a troublemaker to her Uncle Mort's house in the town of Croak, and everyone in this town is a Grim Reaper. And the synopsis just sounded really, really interesting, so I think this is probably gonna be the next one I'm gonna read. Now, this next book says that it's in good condition, and they think they lied a little bit. This is A Curse Dark as Gold by... I did not prepare for this at all. Elizabeth C. Bunce. This is, I heard, a fairy tale retelling, you know I love those, of Rumpelstiltskin and slightly Rapunzel, so I'm really interested to see how those two come together. However, like you can see here, it's a bit worn, and there was a sticker here, but when I ripped it off, it took part of the cover with it. And also, this was a library book, as you can see in those other clips that I was peeling the plastic backing off, and there's still this weird, like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this kind of extra plastic bit, and I know that if I peel this off, the whole cover is gonna come off with it, so I'm a little bit disappointed with that because I heard this was good and it turns out to be like eh. Next book, I am a huge fan of Scott Westerfeld, and so I ordered Leviathan. It's the first in like a steampunk series. I didn't want to spend the like 12 bucks on it at the store because I'm cheap. Broke college student. It said that it was in good, or no, not good. It said it was in acceptable condition, and I would say that it's somewhere between acceptable and good, because like it's a little bit, you know, like obviously it's been used. The thing that makes it like not that great is that there's a sticker that was on the back and on the front. You can see that I kind of ripped it there, and it's still tacky, so every time I put a book on top it like sticks to it and I have to pull it apart, and I'm so worried I'm gonna rip the cover. Next is another good quality conditioned book, and that is The Bones of Fairy by, oh god, Janny Lee Simner? I actually think this is middle grade, like I mentioned in those earlier clips. I was like, did I buy middle grade? There's nothing wrong with middle grade. I love middle grade. It's awesome, like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. I don't really know what it's about, or at least I can't remember, because I mean I ordered it off a synopsis, but let's see, blah blah blah. Something to do with fairy war. Anything that has to do anything with fairy war, I'm down for. Again, good quality. I'd actually say this is probably like new, or at least better quality than just good, because there's no rips or tears, and there's no rips and all the pages look fine, so I mean better than good. These last two are by the same author, which is why I grouped them together. The first one I have read already, and that is The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. So it's another fairy thing. I love fairies. I love the creepy worlds that people create where fairies aren't like Tinkerbell and floating around and like, oh, happy fun. Like they're creepy and disturbing and magical and all this stuff. So I really like that. Anyway, moving right along. This is the first book in the Iron Fae. I don't even know if it's a trilogy. I think it's like, what's the word for like 5 or 6? It's something like that. There's a ton of companion novels and all this, which I cannot wait to get my hands on. It's about a girl named Megan who suddenly starts seeing things on before she turned 16. I never started seeing things when I turned 16. Should I be happy about that? Who ends up being the daughter of the king of the Bright Court, which is like the good court, which totally isn't, that are over on Titania. There's a lot of Midsummer Night's Dream mythology mixed in with this, so that's kind of interesting. And she has this odd connection with the prince of the Unseelie Court named Ash and Robin Goodfellow. So there's a love triangle in there. I don't know how much I like the love triangle in there. I have to review this series as a separate video just because there's some things I wanted to say about this, but I'm not going to go into it now because it'll take too long. Her younger brother Ethan gets kidnapped by fairies. She goes with Robin into the Never Never, which is like their other round to try and get him back, and then of course there's all the stuff that happens along the way. Give this like a solid 8 stars. This was acceptable, I believe, and it was acceptable quality. It's pretty worn around the edges here and like along the spine. Not as bad as the Cursed Dark as Gold, but still pretty worn. Well loved. And lastly, also by Julie Kagawa, the really cool dragon-inspired book called Talon. I think I paid the most for this one. I think I paid like 10 something for this because this just came out in November, and this is actually a ARC copy. So it even says up here like advanced copy, not for sale kind of thing. So I'm like, I got this now. So in here, dragons have evolved to be able to shapeshift into humans to avoid being hunted down and killed by the Order of St. George, and it's about 2 teenage dragons who get planted in society to see if they can blend in properly, and then, you know, there's a rogue dragon and St. George's men are coming, and oh my goodness, it's really exciting. So I actually have read, like, I don't know, first, like, couple chapters, and I'm, like, not completely sold on it yet. Just because it's the intro and it's like, we're going to a new school. Oh my god, who's that guy? Whoa, wanna be friends? It's just, it's just like a little bit like, I don't know. But then again, like, they're dragons, so that's kind of an excuse right there. Oh, yes, right. And this was very good condition, and I give this like, I think it's between a good and a very good, because it's a little worn on the cover, and like, that's not a big deal. It's a little bit like stained and stuff on the cover too. If you're really, really picky about that, you might want to see if you can get a better quality copy. Alright, so all in all, I have to say that I am pretty happy with the stuff that I got. I mean, obviously they're thrifted, so they're not going to be the best, super, most extreme quality. The best, super, most extreme quality! But I did love the prices, which were really cheap. However, I have to give a warning to anybody that is not in the United States watching this. They have free shipping in the States, which is amazing. I want to live there just for the fact that I could get free shipping, because the shipping killed me. The shipping fees were almost as much as the regular fees for those. So I got, those are 9 books. Shipping on top of those was about, I think, $2.99 a piece, which isn't too bad if you're ordering like 2 or 3. But if you're ordering 9, moral of story, thrift books, do recommend. Okay, books, book things this week are over. As I said before, next week will be all the modeling stuff, and I'll bring back some model stuff. That's all I have for you for this week, so make sure to tune in next week for when I start doing all the runway stuff and the vloggy things and Fashion Week stuff, so you guys can see what it's like. And I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Bye!